Hey, how's it going everyone, and welcome back. I'm Martin. So the other day was Activision's quarterly earnings report, and during the call they said two things. The first of which is that Destiny 2 will have meaningful features bespoke for the PC community. These features will be revealed during the gameplay premiere. In case some of you are wondering what this means, it's probably referring to standard PC game features, such as options for changing graphics, and possibly an in-game chat system for PC players to type using keyboard. And the other thing Activision mentioned during the call is that there's going to be a continuous calendar of events and hope to deliver a steady flow of content post-launch. Now, we already know that there's going to be 2 expansions for the game, and I wanted to speculate a little bit as to what we might see from these expansions. So, as we know from the symbol on the cover, the first expansion is going to be based around Osiris, one of the biggest, most mysterious characters in the lore. Osiris is a warlock known for 2 things: the player versus player elimination game mode Trials of Osiris, and his research on the Vex. He was a hero of the city and was almost appointed the Warlock Vanguard. However, he was exiled from the city due to his obsession with the Vex and discovering the truth behind everything, as he was diverting valuable resources away from defending the city. It was even said that he came too close to understanding the Vex and even prophesied the arrival of Oryx. So hopefully with this expansion we'll be digging deeper into his knowledge about the Vex, possibly uncover their true nature and maybe even meet the man himself, although it is currently unknown as to whether or not Osiris still lives. The only ones who might know are his dedicated followers, the Cult of Osiris, but that seems to be a secret they're not giving up just yet. Ever since he was exiled, he kind of just vanished. We know he had connections with the Queen of the Reef, Eris Morn, and has even met with the Nine themselves on the icy moon of Europa, but according to the grimoire, it was not the right time. In the grimoire, it's mentioned that some believe him to be both alive and dead, and it's possible that Osiris has even found a way to time travel using the Vex network. A while back during Rise of Iron, there was a highlight reel of Destiny's cutscenes released by a studio that worked with Bungie to help create them, and it even included a never-before-seen Vex cutscene that was supposedly scrapped. The cutscene shows what appears to be how the Vex are created. The white substance, which is described as data milk that you see inside a Vex when you kill one, is the Vex itself. It's actually something called radioloria, and their metal frame acts as a vessel. So I'm wondering if this cutscene is completely scrapped for good, or if there's a chance we'll see the full thing in the Osiris expansion. I'm really hoping that with this expansion we get to explore much more of Mercury, or even have a full patrol area there, if we don't at least get it in the base game, because the Vex are personally my favourite race, just because they seem to be the most mysterious, especially seeing how they've apparently been around for billions of years before humanity, and I think it would be really cool to have an entirely Vex themed patrol. As I mentioned earlier, Osiris has apparently met with the Nine on Europa before, and I think there's a good chance we'll finally be visiting Europa in Destiny 2, so I'm wondering if we'll actually get to meet them for ourselves, either in our search for new abilities or something else. Moving on to the second expansion, as we can tell by this symbol, is going to be based around the Warmind Rasputin. But I was thinking the other day, and keep this in mind that this is highly speculative, so don't take all of this as fact, but I was thinking, what if this expansion isn't just about Rasputin? What if this expansion also went into detail about the other Warminds and what exactly happened during the collapse? Before the collapse, there were apparently other Warminds created to monitor each planet. Rasputin was the only one to survive and took control of the other Warmind systems after being reawoken during the story mission The Last Array. Now, there is one other Warmind that we do know the name of, and his name is Charlemagne. I mentioned this in one of my previous videos. There was originally an idea for a raid on Mars called Charlemagne's Vault, and was the place where we would originally find the exotic hand cannon Thorn. Charlemagne was the name of the Warmind that overlooked Mars. So with this information in mind, I've been wondering about the possibility of Charlemagne featuring in Destiny 2. Now, there isn't really any evidence to support this at all, just a reminder that this is mostly speculation, but I was thinking how cool it would be if in Destiny 2 we rebooted Charlemagne to help us fight the Cabal since Rasputin weren't, or if Charlemagne and the other Warminds were at least featured in the Warmind expansion. I think it would be cool to explore the different Warminds, not only Rasputin, and maybe discover more about what exactly happened during the collapse, whether Rasputin really did cripple the Traveller, and what Rasputin has planned next. It's said in the grimoire that Rasputin practically ran the Golden Age, and Warminds controlled satellites and death rays and other orbital super weapons. So gaining the aid of a Warmind would give us a massive advantage, especially Rasputin, because he holds key information that was learned during the collapse that could help us survive, and possibly learn the true nature of the Traveller and the Darkness. So that is it for this video. Leave a comment and let me know what you think might happen during these expansions. As always, I do hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.